And this is also one of the reasons why I really wanted you on this show and do an episode with you, because it was really like, yeah, I mean, if anybody has been like, yep, I'm going for my life now, it's been you.
That was it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what it felt like,
Yeah.
and
everything is next level.
I mean. Yeah, it is. And it's like, it is that massive leap. Yeah, next level, exactly. And it is a combination of a bit of everything. Like, educate yourself. And I mean, by that, I mean, quite seriously, read friggin' books.
Yeah.
Or get coaching. But you don't even, and if you hear the buts come up, but it's expensive. Bullshit. YouTube is littered with millions of wonderful advice. Like, and sorry, I don't mean to. We've got to call ourselves on our own bullshit. We've got to go.
Well, and recognize that we are using a lot of excuses, which you did that a lot as well. You always had an excuse. If I said something like, but Erica, why don't you do this? No, but this and this and this and this. And like, okay, whatever. Because the buts will, it's never going to work.
Exactly. Because I was working from my mind, not my heart. Like,
yeah.
And so the mind, all the buts come from your mind. 100%.
Absolutely.
100%. So, it's fascinating, hey? Like, the go for your life. So, and that's the only thing I would say is like, it is that, like you said, the one thing I definitely have had, and it's probably where we really, where we connected to, is like, I have still always had that resilience. I've always been absolutely driven. I've just never dived straight into it until more recently, like with both feet, and then get rid of the perceived safety net. That's the crazy irony about this. It's not safe. Like, all you got to do is read.
Yeah.
Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If anyone has my kind of background, you have to read that book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It is great. It's actually a great story too. But it's this perceived safety net. We don't live in the world where that belief system was made. No one has a job for life anymore. You could lose your job like that.
Yeah.
So. And this is where it comes into belief systems. Like, don't get caught up in what we think is, with your own beliefs of what you think is fact. Question everything, like,
absolutely,
and trust your guts.
And even like, I think with the questioning everything, I even feel like also question your teachers or people that you look up to. They also gonna say things that you're like, but really though, and or even your parents, like from a young age. I think sometimes you can kind of
absolutely,
because everybody is kind of brought up like, no, because I got to be like my parents, or I got to be like my grandparents, or I got to be like, my examples. But I think that, always, and question your own thoughts too, like, why am I thinking this? Like, why is this holding me back? Or, I mean, we all, get into walls in our lives, or, there's always going to be, so that's definitely.
Oh, exactly.
And so to go back to the music, do you feel like, because you always had the drive, like you always had the drive in music. And do you feel like, will music be your only thing one day, or will it also be, do you enjoy it? Because now you have music and yoga, and you're also paint, and you're an amazing artist, and you're doing all these different things now. Do you enjoy it like that, or are you still aiming for like, I wish I could just do music, or is there anything you would wish to only do?
Oh, bless. No, I like the suite of things. That's me. I think is like, I like a variety of things. I like most creative things. The music is if I had to pick, you know what I mean? If I had to pick my number one thing, then it would be, it would be to do with music. That's for sure. It'd be so singing / music / performing somewhere in there. But I've also, like, in my 20s, I've done performing gigs that I hated, just despised, because it was doing covers and it was with awful people, and you know what I mean? It's like, you still need that full, like. That's the thing about the band. I think that's why, one of the reasons I'm so addicted to the band is like, I love the guys. We're a family. I love so just as people, we laugh. Like, we just laugh. We all realized a while ago, it's like, the number one thing for this is that we need to be enjoying it. Yeah. So, but then there's also, I love the creativity. I just love the way their brains work, and the music that they come up with, and then that inspires me, and then I'll write some vocals and some melody lines, and then take that back, and then that and then that'll reshape what they, and we just have this beautiful, so I do love being part of a team as well. So yeah, so it kind of covers all of the bases. I'm quite addicted to it because there's that sort of certainty of, there's that connection because we've got that relationship, the four of us. So we've got the sort of that family relationship in a way. There's the certainty of, because we've known each other for such a long time, we sort of know how it runs now. And then there's the uncertainty because every week is a new week. Like you're either creating new music or there's a new challenge of how to get the music out there to people, to connect with fans. Like, and that is so addictive as well with performing, that connection with, I don't know if fans realize that. Maybe they do, but I hope they do. It's like, there's nothing like it. We love playing live. Like we're
of course,
very much a live band. And part of the reason is because you just had this shared experience with the fans. So so but I also do like doing other things, and I think it also feeds into my music. So
absolutely.
Yoga, same as the metal, like explores the shadow stuff I was saying before, but yoga balances it out with the.
So you haven't started teaching metal yoga yet?
No, not yet. I did mean to do that as a workshop actually, because there's a mob in the States actually.
Yeah,
look them up. They're called Black Yoga.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Good on them.
I've seen so much of this, like beer yoga and all kinds of other crazy.
Yeah, that's.
I'm like,
okay.
But metal yoga would be super amazing, and I think But in general, of course, you are the person who is like channeling all these things. So of course.
Yeah,
music Erica is also there when it's yoga Erica, and when it's artist Erica, or whatever it is you're doing.
That is such a great point, and that's another thing that I kind of have definitely learned is don't segment your life. Like bring all of yourself.
No, be a holy being. Be a holy being with WH. Do it all, because because I think a lot of people think that, oh, you're so mediocre, you're doing all these things. It's like, no, man. Like, I'm like a multitask powerhouse of a person, and that you don't understand it doesn't mean like like people judge you sometimes for make a choice. It's like, but why would I do that if I can do it all?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny that you bring that up actually, because I definitely, it is a challenge for me to focus. Like I have to really like concentrate, and make some very conscious decisions if I want to be focusing on one thing. But again, part of that has also been about the excuses and sort of, and playing around the edges rather than playing absolutely full out, jump in. What do I want to be doing? Do that today. Yeah. But I agree. It's like, but you can of course bring all of you in. I mean, far out, like, it's being a Renaissance man or woman, isn't it? It's like,
I think of
Da
course
Vinci did bloody everything.
We probably have our favorite things to do. It's what you were just saying about music. Like I have the same with the podcast. Like if I could just like be a full-time podcaster, I would like probably like really enjoy that, kind of thing.
Really?
No, it's one of the things. Like I think like for me also vocation is a very important thing, and like it's one of those. I feel that. But I love teaching yoga, and I love making cheese, and I love cooking, and I love talking to people about animal rights. So I think it's beautiful to, and I think you really found your niche in a sense. You found your own style of being. And that. But that took some time, definitely. I think that's...
Oh, absolutely.
That's the biggest lesson that we are teaching here today together is that. And also for those who are listening who are under 40, I think like just getting older is just the best. Because, I mean, you are going to give so much less of a fuck than you did when you were 20. I mean, that's also
it's so true. Yeah.
Because all this, like what you're talking about, like, oh, other people's approval or, like this kind of thing, that really happens when, I mean, both you and I have a yoga teacher, who's very important, and definitely very important in my journey is Mick. At the Yoga Factory in Sydney, and he is now 60, and you can and I've seen him when he was 50, and I've seen his development as well, where you can just tell like he gets older, he doesn't care, like he just like cares, caring less and less. That's what we want in life, like
that's it. You get more and more comfortable in your own skin.
And we want less. And this is the thing, like another great teacher Ram Dass really says that, like, we want to go to zero. Like, that should be our aim. We all these people always want more. But actually, the practice is, let's go to zero. Let's take all the layers off and just, that's what I think.
Because that's been so true with your journey too. Hey, because far out you were working a bazillion hours a week.
Absolutely,
in the past. And it's like, it's been beautiful to watch. Like you said, you taking some layers off, because you've always done what you wanted to do. But then, sometimes the feeling trapped can still come into it.
I think you need to be careful especially when you're passionate about something. You can also create a jail for yourself. You become your own prisoner in your own prison. And even if that prison is the place you like and love doing what you're doing, it's...
Yeah.
Because everybody always thinks, oh, but you love what you do, so you're probably happy, or you're probably like, you have... It's like, no, man. Like, also, especially when you do what you love, you have to fight and work so much harder for it, that sometimes it is like, man, there were times where I came home from the cafe like, man, I wish I was just a plumber or something. Like,
exactly.
That's what I want to do. Just want to plumb toilets.
Leave work at work.
That's what I want to do. But still, I mean, it's all part of it.
It's a good point though that you made though about the doing other things, because like I've definitely found that the doing other things feeds the music, for example, like, and even things like I had this realization a little while ago that meditation's actually good for business.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like I've realized that kind of when I'm sitting there doing nothing, so it's like I work less now.
But even like setting the intention
than I think I ever have
for business, like, because a lot of people also think that meditation is like, oh, it's just a bunch of hippies or these crazy people sitting somewhere on a mountain. Yeah. But I think, meditation is really just like, finding a focus point and, trying to, I think especially if you want to have a business plan or you want to think about something in specifically, I think it's also good to just sit with it. And also finding because you start to find the resistance, like where is the resistance and why is the resistance there? Because resistance in general is something that you always want to run away from. And I like at the moment I've been studying Sanskrit, which is something that I really resist, because it's also the not knowing and the unknown sort of thing, like, and this kind of, again, like being afraid that you're going to do it wrong or make a mistake or, and this is all avidya, this is all ignorance. And my teacher, who's also a very close friend of mine, Jessica, she was on the podcast recently too. And she was really saying to me, like, man, you got to sit with resistance and like, why is it coming up? And then you start to understand. And then I was like, oh man, I think this is actually a trauma or something from when I was younger. Yeah. And, my dad was quite rough and like he would like laugh at me or, say that I wasn't good enough or, so this is like, this not good enough thing is maybe a thing, and then, so you start to kind of recognize these things. And I think that is something that can really come from just pausing, and pausing is always good. Like taking a minute,
Absolutely. Yeah. Like you said, just sitting with it, like to me. And that's what meditation is too. Like you said, because you're going to want to, when the yucky feelings come up, that's when you're going to want to run away from it. But again, the irony is really funny. It's like we want to run away, but ironically, if you step into it, like you said, let it come up, it clears faster.
Absolutely.
That's 100% been my experience.
The only way out is through, I always say.
Is through.
It's not from running away. It's not from like, okay, I won't do this today. It's like, well, if you won't do it today, you got to do it tomorrow. So you might as well just do it now, like it's just rip that Band-Aid off and,
Yeah.
But I think like one of the biggest lessons from our chat today is very much about like believe in yourself, even when that seems like a very hard job to do. And if you have a dream, you just go for it. Like you're not don't second guess it. If you just really gotta go for it and find the resilience and the strength and the power and the drive to do that. And no matter what anybody tells you, to know better.
Trust that next step. Absolutely. Trust the next step. And it's like, and other things, but like you said, that resilience to keep going, because other things will fall apart. And I know it sounds scary, but it's like, other things will fall apart, but they're meant to. The bits that are falling apart are the ones that aren't you or never meant to be yours. Like keep going. if you know it's what you want to be doing, then you know.
Absolutely.